Now here's a bit of a demo on how to paint a timber ceiling. Now one of the first things you want to do is to go through and prepare it all. Now when preparing the ceiling, one thing you want to make sure you do is to caulk all the gaps, but do not put too much in there. You only just want to fill the gap and that's it. I have seen some people do it and they actually put too much caulking in there and you start losing all the definition of all the joins, which you don't really want to do. So firstly, go through, give it a sand, caulk all your gaps, and then you're pretty much ready to paint it. So when you're painting a ceiling like this, one of the easiest ways is to actually brush and use a roller and paint it that way. So what we actually do is I'm going to cut it in first. Now I'm only going to do 4 boards at a time. 3 or 4 is probably a good amount. Now that it's cut in, we're actually going to roll the boards. Now when you're rolling, yes, you want to roll across the grain basically. The idea of this is as you're rolling, it's going to force paint into all the joins and help fill them up for you a little bit. Make sure you use plenty of paint. Now the reason why we're only doing 3 or 4 at a time, if you try to do too many, the paint will start to dry and you won't be able to lay them off with a brush. So once that's done, just get your brush and lay it all off. Now there may be some of the joins that will need a little bit of extra attention with a bit more paint, but hopefully when you rolled it you've actually filled most of them in. And this is one of the quickest ways and best ways to paint a timber ceiling. So when you're finished laying it off, forget that little bit where I went over. When you finish laying it off, then just go back over your cornice or moulding, whatever you like to call it, just to get rid of any little thick edges you may have got there. So that's pretty much how you paint a timber ceiling. Now if you've got a larger ceiling, like a bedroom ceiling, etc., when you're actually painting it, you want to work in small sections, basically like I've done, and then just continue working down the boards until you finish the whole section. The idea is to make sure you don't let any of the paint edges dry. So you just want to work in small sections, say roughly a metre by 3 or 4 boards wide, and continue working along the ceiling until you've finished one complete section, and then start the next section and do the same and work down along the ceiling. So that's just been a bit of a demo on how to paint a timber ceiling.